The subject line hit harder than I expected. It was just one email, just one sentence. We've decided to move to a bigger firm. The notification ping echoed in the quiet of my office, and then silence pressed in. I sat there, staring at the screen, unable to move. The words blurred, but the weight in my chest only grew heavier. That email shouldn't have been the end of the world. Clients leave, businesses change, markets shift. But in that moment, it didn't feel like one client leaving. It felt like the whole foundation I'd built was collapsing. My chest tightened, breath caught in my throat, and my hand hovered above the mouse, unwilling to click open the rest of the message. The symbol of that night was the email ping itself. A tiny sound, but it carried a punch bigger than any argument. One tone became the sound of failure, the sound of fear, the sound of fragility. Sitting there, I realized I wasn't just losing a client. I was losing face. I was losing the image of stability I had tried so hard to hold up for my family, my community, myself. And deep down, I muttered words I didn't want to admit. What if it all collapses? The subject line hit harder than I expected. And maybe you felt that too. The way one small loss can trigger a fear that everything will unravel. The fear of losing clients isn't just about money. It's about what that loss represents. In business, every client feels like a lifeline. You pour time, energy, and trust into relationships. And when one ends, it feels like all that effort evaporates. At home, the weight grows heavier. I looked at my wife and kids that night and thought, what if I can't provide? What if this one client is the first crack in the wall that keeps us safe? Culturally, the fear cut even deeper. In my community, reputation carries weight. Losing clients wasn't just business, it was losing face. It felt like failure, written in bold letters for everyone to see. Do you know that fear? Do you ever feel like one rejection might erase years of effort? Do you ever brace yourself against the silence, imagining collapse where only one door has closed? I wish someone had told me, clients may leave, my resilience stays. Because the truth is, retention isn't the measure of worth. Resilience is. Losing a client doesn't erase your strength, your skill, or your story. It just means the path shifts. I thought one loss meant the whole business was fragile. That thought nearly broke me. And that email ping kept echoing, heavier than the silence that followed. The breaking point came in my own whisper. Staring at the screen, I muttered, what if it all collapses? My chest tightened, breath shallow, stomach knotted. That was the crisis cue. In that moment, the email wasn't just a message. It became a symbol of everything I feared. Fragility, collapse, exposure. My body told the story before my mind could. Shoulders hunched, jaw locked, eyes burning from staring too long at the screen. I felt small in my own office, as if the walls themselves were pressing closer. That was when I reached for a reset. The first reset method I turned to was breathwork. Paced exhale. I closed my eyes and inhaled slowly through my nose, then exhaled longer through my mouth. Each release softened the grip of fear in my chest. The second reset method was a body scan. I placed my hand on my chest, noticing the tightness there. Then my stomach, clenched hard. With each exhale, I imagined loosening one knot. Slowly, my body started to release. And then I tried something different, a small act of dignity. Instead of spiraling into fear, I wrote a respectful thank you email to that client. Not defensive, not bitter. Just gratitude for the time we worked together. My hand trembled as I typed, but by the time I pressed send, I felt stronger. Because resilience wasn't about clinging to what left. It was about holding steady in what remained. The email ping that once symbolized collapse shifted. It became a reminder of choice. I couldn't control who stayed or left, but I could control how I responded. That night, I noticed the shift in my body. My breath slowed. My chest loosened. My shoulders felt less like armor and more like support. For the first time that day, I whispered a different truth. Clients may leave. My resilience stays. After that reset, the truth settled deeper. Losing a client hurt, but it didn't define me. My business wasn't fragile just because one relationship ended. My family wasn't unsafe just because one deal slipped. My worth wasn't erased by one decision outside my control. The mantra that carried me was clear. Clients may leave. My resilience stays. Loss hurts, but dignity and resilience matter more than clinging. The symbol transformed too. That email ping, once a sound of collapse, became a cue for steadiness. It no longer meant failure. It meant opportunity to respond with grace. Resilience steadies me when retention slips. Let's practice this together. Think of a loss you felt recently. Maybe a client, a deal, or even just a missed opportunity. Hold it in your mind. Feel the weight of it for a moment. Now close your eyes. Inhale slowly through your nose. Exhale longer through your mouth. Repeat this 3 times. Each time you exhale, imagine releasing the grip of that loss. Next, place your hand gently on your chest. Notice where the tension sits. Breathe into that space. Soften it. Release it. Finally, write down one sentence of dignity. It could be a thank you to the person who left, or a reminder to yourself, my strength stays even when they go. At work, this practice helps you face client churn without collapse. At home, it reassures your family that your strength isn't tied to one deal. And culturally, it shifts the pressure from never lose face to always hold resilience. Even one breath, one release, one act of dignity counts. The email ping doesn't sting the way it used to. It still lands, but it no longer carries collapse with it. Now, it reminds me of resilience, the strength to stand steady even when something slips away. Clients may leave, but my strength stays. That's the mantra I carry forward. Not every client will stay. Not every deal will last. But resilience is mine, and no one can take it. So let me leave you with this reflection. What's one loss you can face with dignity instead of fear? Write it down. Breathe through it. Let resilience steady you. Clients may leave. My resilience stays. And tonight, I'm grateful for that reminder. Grateful that resilience, once hidden, can be chosen again and again.